Hi, everyone. I'm just getting logged in. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I really hope so. And this is when Woo! How is everyone? Is everyone here? Today we are going to, hold on. Good morning, good morning. Are you guys here? I can't see the chat. That's my only thing. Where's my chat? Hi, is everybody here? Tell me if you can hear me. Is everybody? Oh, I think you can hear me. I think you can hear me. Awesome. My only thing is I can't see my chat, and I have no idea why. So, oh, good. Oh, good. I love this. I can see you guys all over here, but what the heck? Let me just see if I can. There's always something, you know? I just don't know why. It's not letting me see my little chat up here. I know I'm not saying anything. I'm so sorry. I want to be able to see the chat, and I have to go look at a different computer. Anyways, I'm just so glad you guys are here. People get upset with me when I don't have a good intro. In these lives, it's really complicated. How is everyone? Oh, I see everyone in the house. Yes, we hear you. Hi, Jess. Hi, Deborah. Hi, everyone. Oh, you guys are all so sweet. Hang on. What we're going to talk about today is kind of exciting because I want you guys to know about this energy in the month of June, and it's a pretty big deal. And we've got a lot of power. It's super powerful. And I want you guys to be able to bring out your powers, your superpowers. And I want you to know what you're doing, because I think it really needs sort of a conscientiousness to work with this energy, because it's really, really scattered. And I got my coffee. I'm barely alive. We went out for pasta and red wine last night. So you can imagine I don't have a wine hangover. I have a pasta hangover. Missy says, Seattle was amazing, but I don't know people's names on here. This is Melissa. And that's not Missy from the Bronx. And I have to put on my new moon necklace. If you want one, we have a few left. I think we have 6 left. Hi, everyone. Good morning, Shane. And, oh, look at everybody's here. Everybody's here. Cole, the water bearer. That's Armando. I love having you all in the house. The first thing I want to talk about, you guys, is, well, yes, I could talk about the Seattle retreat. I hope so much you guys went to my soul navigation page and you watched the little highlight video that I have on there. And I hope you're following me on Instagram, because I have it there too. I sound like a smoker, and this is because I have not stopped talking. Roxanne, oh my gosh, everybody's here, and Trish is here. This is fantastic. Anyways, Seattle was one of the most enriching, rewarding, beautiful retreats, workshops. I mean, it was one of the best times of my life. It was so deep. And what is so exciting is, and people who went in the chat, you can certainly expand on what I'm saying. But the people who arrived on day one, there really is a transformation on day 4. You really do not leave the same person. And astrology and just learning how to apply it and use it in your own life in real time with 55 other people gives you gifts and tools and downloads and a new superpower. And so I hope you guys are using it back at home in your reality. And I hope it has shaped new thinking for you. Oh, hi, Allie. Oh my gosh. She just wrote, changed my life. Yeah. And I want you to know it changed mine too, just teaching. It's really fun teaching because a lot of what I teach when I do the cold readings is spontaneous. And I'm going to do that in today. Hopefully everything works. So what we're doing now is we're getting Barcelona ready. And you guys, Barcelona comes with a warning label. It really does, because the energy in Barcelona is totally different. And it's very free-spirited, gypsy-like energy. And it is incredible. I'm so excited to tell you this. Okay, in Barcelona, we're going to have a meet and greet, hopefully at a rooftop somewhere, but maybe not. But we're going to have a meet and greet. And then we're going to study the abundance of Jupiter in your chart. I'm going to share with you the secrets of the moon, kind of like what you cannot find out there. I want to show you the moon's, I guess I want to show you the moon new face, the deeper part of the moon. And then, because I always like to give you information that you can't just find out there. And then I'm going to teach you how to see death in the chart. And we're not going to necessarily predict your death. But for example, I'll show you something like the transits when Elvis Presley passed away and how you can see the death in the chart. And so that's where it comes with a warning label. But in addition to that, what we're going to do is, and I don't know why this is happening, but I love dance. We are going to, and Jessica, she's on here. She is our hostess with the mostest. And trust me, she does not disappoint. She brings the mostest to the hostess role. Yes. She is going to help us get these tickets to the most amazing, authentic flamenco show in the Gothic Quarter. That's the oldest quarter in Barcelona. So we're not like in the tourist section of the Ramblas or something. We're in this like pocket that is just enchanting. And then we're also going to take a sunset cruise together. 11 of us on a boat. So we are going to have a blast. Now, I have the tickets for sale. If you have already come to a workshop, go grab your ticket. If you've been to any workshop, you can go buy your ticket now. And then they'll go on sale to the general public on June 1st. And it's $599 for 3.5, 4 days. And we play all night and we work hard and study. And we're going to go kind of where angels fear to tread with the death, learning how to read death in the chart. Anyways, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be absolutely amazing. It is. Oh, Shane, I hope you're coming. Can Detroit live without you for 5 days? I don't know. But I sound like a chain smoker. I have not even recovered. It is so enormous. Like the energy, I can't begin to tell you. It's internally enormous where it just changes you at the cellular level, these workshops. And I like them because they're intimate. So in Barcelona, I can only have 35 people. And I've sold 5 tickets so far. So I have 30 left. So if you want one, grab one. And it's in October 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. No, Muhammad says, I have Uranus in Aquarius in the eighth house. Does that mean I'll suddenly die someday? No, I wouldn't say that. It's not that straightforward. I definitely would watch transits to that Uranus, but it's Muhammad. You can't take one aspect. And also, let me tell you, one of the ways that you can really see death is by working with your progress chart, because your progress chart is the evolution of your soul. So I don't work solely or totally with the natal chart looking for death. You can't always see it. You need to look at transits and progressions. And by the way, oh my gosh, by the way, I just started my progressed series. Will you guys tell me, have you seen my very first progressed video in the series? I just filmed a second video for just members. So if you're a member, please make sure you go look at it. And I did a video on the progressed moon for my members only. So if you're not a member, consider being a member. It's only $2.99. It supports the channel. It allows me to do this work, but there's a members only progressed moon video, and I just videotaped. It took me 2 hours. It's a 2-hour video where for everybody I did the progressed sun. And so that's coming out. So I'm going to do the planets by progression and how to use the progressed chart. It's really powerful. And if you want assistance or you want help, my schedule is booked till September. Get a reading with me for sure. It's going to go by fast. Or Connie Joe or Stacy. However, you could also get your advanced Astro Gold package, and that gives you your progressed report and your progressed chart. But everybody should be looking at their progressed chart. Let me see what you guys are saying. I just got my ephemeris, and I'm trying to look at my Nana's progressions over the course of her 105 years. She passed away 5 years ago. She crowned me the one who is telling her story. Isn't that beautiful? You really do want to look at her progressions because you will see her story in that ephemeris. And I taught you guys in my last video how to use your ephemeris. Dun, dun, dun. I mean, my ephemeris is always on my table, and I use it all the time. So use your ephemerises for sure. And I even have software, but you can't see on the computer like you can in the book. My progressed moon crosses my ascendant in 2 months. Yeah, that's a big deal. And then it's going to stay in that first house of yours, Michael Felton says. And then it's going to stay in that first house for 2.5 years. So that's a really big deal. That's a very heartfelt time of your life when the progressed moon crosses your ascendant. It's no small thing. And we have the most interesting, talking about the moon, we have the most interesting new moon coming up. And we just had our Sagittarius full moon. How did you guys do on the Sag full moon? I did great. My bucketh run over. Desi says, Uranus in my sixth house has given me a lot of near-death experiences that turn into chronic illness. So it doesn't just mean instant random death. It could be random happenings that lead to transformation. Desi, that's so beautifully said. I wish I would have said that, but I read it. So out loud to everybody. Jamie says, I really enjoyed the processed. I think you mean, yeah, your progressed chart video. I'm so excited to look at my life through it and see what planets were doing at what time. It's a great way. It's a great way to see your past, and it's a fantastic way to see your future. Okay, I did great on the Sagittarius moon too. Yeah, so did I. I just, sometimes full moons bring in full energy. And especially if that Sagittarius moon like sits on your sun sign or sits on your own moon sign, it doesn't always mean loss. It can mean like you're overwhelmed with emotion. And that's how I felt with the Sagittarius full moon. I was overwhelmed with positivity and expansion and emotion. And it definitely was not a loss for me. The full moon was right on my vertex. I had such a deep symbolic dream that night. I couldn't stop crying the next day. Mohammed says that. That's beautiful. Yeah, full moons can be magical. And Missy says, I did my full moon ritual and charged my necklace that I brought to Seattle. Beautiful. Ancestral healing. Wow, I love that. Oh, the full moon was conjunct my Neptune. And Missy, I've been meaning to write you back. I haven't had a chance to breathe. I've been eating pasta and drinking wine. Okay, so let me just tell you. I'm going to try to bring up this chart. Hold on one second. Let me just bring this up. And I want you guys to see it. So just one secchi poo. Anyways, what I want you guys to know is I want you to really look at, where do you have 16 degrees Gemini in your chart? Or where do you just have 16 degrees, right? Because that's where this new moon is going to be. It's going to be at this 16th degree. And it's really, really exciting because we've got, hang on. We've got the sun, Venus, and the moon all together in Gemini at 16 degrees. So go and find where you have, hold on. Okay, good. I can't believe it works. It's so stinking exciting when this works. I love this. I just can't see my chat up here. I have to look down here. So if it looks like I'm not making eye contact, I'm just reading what you guys are writing. My Gemini sun is at 12 degrees, if that accounts for anything. Yeah. And, I take really wide orbs. I at least consider them. So anything between 6 and 26, I would say this stellium is affecting it. This sun, can you see it? This sun. And I don't know why my cursor doesn't show up. It's so annoying. But so please forgive me that I can't point to anything. It's like right there where the sun, Venus, and the moon is at 16 degrees. So anything between 6 and 26 degrees, I take into consideration. You guys have to excuse me for 1 minute. I have to do something. Bo, my puppy, is being a little bit naughty. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm so sorry. Everybody left. I really apologize. I had to go get him a bone so he can last for these next hour or so. So, he is so cute. He's so adorable. Anyways, I want to talk about this new moon because it is a really big deal. Now, one of the things that I want you to know is the house in which your new moon at 16 degrees on June 6th is happening is really, really important. It's almost more important than the fact that it's in Gemini. I mean, in Gemini is going to show us certain things, definitely, it's going to create the energy, if you will. But in truth, what I want to say is where it's at in your chart is really, really, really important. And so I want you to think about when the moon is in a happy house. So a happy house is the 5th house, the 9th house, the 3rd house. And then those are the happy houses. But I would also say the 11th house can bring a lot of happiness. And even the 10th house can, and the 1st house. But when it's in a happy house, it has a tendency to create mini explosions of energy, like fireworks or sparks. Now, when it's in the 12th house, maybe the 6th house, the 8th house, the 4th house, the 2nd house, it's more of an internal energy that you're working with. It feels more transformative and deep. So I want you to really think about where this energy is. Is it going inward? That would be the 4th house, the 8th house, the 12th house, maybe the 6th house, and the 2nd house. Or is it going outward? And that's the 1st, the 5th, the 7th, the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, okay? Now, Gemini likes to go outward. But let me tell you, with Venus here, Venus at 16, it makes this so sweet and it makes it powerful. So I want to go through the houses with you really quickly. So who has this in the 1st house or on the ascendant? Well, first, let me just tell you about the Gemini new moon. This is a new thought process. This is a new way of thinking. This is a new way to use your voice. This is a new way to get your messaging out. This is a new way of seeing yourself or seeing your life. This is a new beginning. Now, what I love about Gemini energy, and I don't have any Gemini energy in my chart, I do have 3rd house energy, which makes me Gemini-like, but I don't have any planets in Gemini. So it's really fun to love an energy that you really don't have inside of your own self. But I appreciate it I appreciate it in other people. Deborah asks, which chart do we look at? You look at all of them. Of course, look at your progress chart. Absolutely. See where this new moon is sitting in your progress chart. Absolutely look at that. But also definitely look at your natal chart. So look at both of them. You can even look at your solar return chart. And if you guys don't have a solar return chart and it's your birthday, you need to get it. Go get my solar return package because that will show you your whole year. I'm so glad to have you all here. So with this new energy, okay, what you're going to see in the world is probably going to be very different than what you're going to see and experience in your own life. And I hope that's the case. And I'll tell you why. June is a super busy month and it's information overload. And I think what you're going to see in the political arena is going to be awful. And we have a really hard square. And we'll talk about that. But I think the news is going to be really tough. I really, really do. And the reason why I say this is because I think that we are transitioning into Pluto and Aquarius and we're upgrading. And sometimes in order to upgrade, we have to see the ugly, gory truths or problems that are not working. So I won't take it into the political arena in this conversation with you. But what I want to say is I can give you kind of an example. We kind of need to see, we kind of need to see how dirty our oceans are and how we're ruining sea life and how we go about killing fish And we have to see all the problems that we create for our environment in order to even be motivated to change it, right? So in a weird way, it feels like we're going backwards when really we're getting honest about what's really going on. And sometimes we are going backwards. And so you're going to see this Pluto square Mars, and that is on June 11th. You're going to see that out there in the world. It's a really going to be kind of a shocking day, I think. Now, remember, these transits don't happen always smack on the day. It can happen the day before, the day after. Yeah, Michael Felton says Pluto dips into Capricorn on cue with the politics. Laugh out loud. Yeah, it does. I think it goes back into the 29th degree, doesn't it? Right before the American election. Oh boy, politics, I hope it doesn't get too messy. It's going to get really messy. And it's going to get gross, and it's going to get disgusting. Now, let me also tell you something with this stellium up there, not just the new moon, just with this Gemini stellium. There's going to be lies, lies, and lies, just more of it. There's going to be copyright issues. There's going to be AI issues. Do not use AI on your final exam or your term papers. It's plagiarism, right? So you're going to see that it's information overload, and a lot of it is untruths, because Gemini talks out of both sides of its mouth. And when it's unhealthy and it's sick, it says what I need to say to you to make you happy, and then I usually play or pit you against, this other person that I need to make happy. And so I will say two opposing things, talking out of both sides of my mouth. And I could say a lie with the truth, right? I'm not going to do that, but I'm just saying that's where it's all going to go. It's going to get really, really, really messy. This Pluto, Mars moves pretty quickly, so I think we'll feel it for a month. We'll look at the transit in a little bit. But what I want to tell you for you, yes, Cynthia, Polly, I agree. I hope this lunation brings environmental awareness. May was catastrophic for Brazil in terms of climate tragedies never experienced before. Yeah, I believe it. But also in May, we were in an earth sign. So this is going to be an air sign. So the air, we have to really pay attention to the air that we breathe. So wherever you have this 16 degrees, there's going to be information overload. There's going to be a gargantuan shift or opportunity for you to shift your thinking around the subject matter of the house in which it falls in. So if this is in the first house for you, this is truly about changing your whole thought process. So waking up in the morning, I'm not joking, walking out your front door with a whole new bounce in your step. What I love about Gemini, and while I think the world is going to be messy, it doesn't mean yours needs to be. You can do the positive side of Gemini. You don't have to go into the low level of Gemini, but you might see it around you with people that are not as evolved or as aware. When you're aware, you use the energy differently. You use the energy in a more empowering way because you are highly aware. And if you're on this channel, you are a more aware individual. So what I want you to do is really pay attention to the house in which this new moon is at, because you're getting a fresh start and you're getting a new slate, a new canvas. Now, listen to me. When you have a Gemini new moon, your words matter so much. It's a great moon to manifest on because it is not obscure. It is dependent on the words in which you choose to use. So if you didn't watch my video titled Do This on Every New Moon, go watch that video, and I take you through a step-by-step process on how you can use your crystals. I've got my crystals all around here, but how you can use your crystals, your new moon intention necklace, to manifest with your words. Now, what you're doing is you're changing the thought patterns, the old thought patterns that that you have been using your whole life long. And you are manifesting. So you are actually reprogramming your mind. And is there a better moon other than the Aquarius new moon? There's probably not a better moon to do this under. This is really a time when you can literally reprogram how you think, how you speak, what you read, your knowledge. This is a time when you can get smarter, brighter, quicker. This is also a time to take on a new sport to create a nimbleness and an adaptability in you. Take up yoga, take up Tai Chi, take up a new movement. Also, I want to tell you, this is a great time to be creative using your hands. So painting, literally painting, or pottery, or learning how to do, I don't know, something with your hands. Oh, good. She says, I love that video. Yeah, it's very helpful. So if you don't know, or if you want a new take on how to really manifest with the power of words, and I don't want you to miss this new moon opportunity. So it's in just a couple days. It's in 10 days. You can write out your intention tonight and have it ready and start thinking about it. Because remember, this new moon comes into play a little bit before and a little bit after. Yes, this is the time to take up dance. This is a time for new movement. So if you haven't been moving, what new movement are you going to put into your life? I'm going to make a commitment to burn off my pasta and walk every day and get my 10,000 steps in. And because it just feels so good, breathing in the fresh air here in Seattle and walking the hills and through the Christmas trees and the enchanted forest. It's just beautiful. So what are you going to do? What kind of movement are you going to do? And you don't have to wait for the new moon to do it. This is all happening in the sign of Gemini. Gemini has a lot of movement attached to it. But if this is in your first house, this is literally about changing your life, making it more joyful, smarter, efficient, walking out the door with a whole new approach. So the first house is literally your physicality. It's your body, it's your face, it's the front door. It's the moment you open up your eyes from your sleep, from your slumber. So first house, new moon in Gemini. So if you are Gemini rising or you have 16 degrees of Gemini in your first house, this is all about you. You're not going to even have another new moon in your first house of me, me, and me, of myself for another year. So take advantage of this. Who has this in the first house? My sun is Gemini 9th house, 1 degree. Yes, so it's in the 9th house. Shane says, I've been getting his PhD in Gemini for the past several years with progressions, it seems. It's important to stay grounded. Yes, it's really busy. And I'll tell you, if you have this in the first house, your life could just it could feel just on overload. Overextended, overdoing, overwanting, overdesiring, overcommitting. And it's a time when you can have a busyness. And I'm going to just tell you right now, you absolutely have got to learn how to say no. But there's going to be new opportunities that find you, and it's going to be really exciting. So these new opportunities that find you, you're going to get choices around your life. And they're not small choices, but this is a great time for you to enterprise. Start a new enterprise. Start something that blazes a new trail. You're going to be able to take risks right now. You're going to have opportunities that require risk-taking. And I recommend you do. I also want to tell you, this is really playful. There's going to be an opportunity for you to develop a new way of thinking. So maybe you already are very logical. Well, this is a new opportunity for you to maybe learn how to think intuitively, right? Stephanie has this in the first house. This is super exciting. Don't miss the opportunity to manifest. If you have this in the second house, this is an opportunity to count your money differently. earn money from a duality. So you might get a side hustle. You might get a second property. You might want to buy a second home. You might want to do something with your resources that expand them. But I think about this as investing in yourself, investing in your beauty, investing in the arts in a new way. You might decide to spend money on the arts in some way. Maybe you get a subscription to the theater. Maybe you take up dance class. Maybe you start learning photography and you buy a new camera. And it's going to be thrilling because it's going to add value to your life. And you might earn money in a new way. So I just want you to know that this is a time that you could really enrich yourself. This is a little bit, if you have the 16 degrees Gemini in your second house, this is a time when you can have a new thought process that brings you more self-esteem, self-worth, and confidence. Yeah, when you have a Gemini new moon, you're going to want to say yes to everything. Life is exciting. Life is like an absolute thrill. But learning how to say no is really the key to this. I also want to say, if you have this new moon in Gemini in the second house, oh my gosh, you've got to put nature into your life in a bigger way. So who has this in the second house? And oh, someone said they're starting therapy soon. This is great. But if this is in the second house, you've got to incorporate nature into your life. Nature, the arts, beauty, and there's a new energy coming in around money and real estate or property and your resources. Oh, Desi just gives the best the best little nuggets here. One thing with Gemini is being intentional with information you both learn and share with others rather than just doing it to kill boredom. That's so true. Because I want you to think about Gemini. You're like on you're like on 24 radio stations at one time. And I'm telling you, all of you, every one of you is going to have so many choices and so many options. It's like popcorn. Which kernel do I eat? And so when you make a choice, you leave behind others. That's what Gemini energy struggles with. It wants all the options, but you have to be able to discern and choose with intention, choose wisely. Okay, so if it's in the third house, you're probably an Aries rising, and this is its natural house. So who has this? Because this is a very comfortable placement. And I'll tell you, how are you going to use your new knowledge, your new information, your new learnings? How are you going to apply it in a new way to help advance your life, improve your life? What are you learning that's new? That's what I want to ask you. And if this is in the third house, you're probably just bubbling over with new opportunities. And I want to tell you to sing your song and write your book. Sing your song, write your book, dance your heart out, learn and teach. And I also want you to share your information. I see the third house as sort of like your social media. It could even be your website. And I see the 11th house as all of you, like who is tapping into it, right? So how it goes out to the world. It's like the internet. Okay, Missy has this. Well, yeah. Okay, so with Missy, this is using your voice differently. Okay, I want to tell you guys something. This placement, the new moon in Gemini in the third house, if I was to boil this one down to just one little golden nugget, I would say this is the opportunity for a paradigm shift. And a paradigm shift is your reality completely undoes itself, and it's out with the old and in with the new. It's a whole new mindset. And with a whole new mindset, you have the opportunity to have a whole new life. So the relationships that you have in your life with a paradigm shift will show up totally different because you change out the way you communicate and the way you think. So when you have a paradigm shift, you are never the same again. And when you have a new moon in Gemini in the third house, you're probably highly capable of receiving a paradigm shift, seeing the world in a whole new expression. So for example, when you listen to a person's story and you believe, okay, let's say you've listened to a person's story your whole life and you have only noticed how jealous they are of you and how they're mean and nasty. If you listen to them differently and you assume that they have good intentions or they're coming from a place of love, you will actually hear them differently. You'll actually create a new relationship with that person, and you actually will be different. That's the power of this third house. That's what the third house can do. It's developing a new point of view. It's developing, it's not assuming that you're out to get me. It's assuming that you love me. Just listen with love. Don't listen for the negative intention. If somebody wishes you a terrible day, try to reframe it in your head where you are detached from their anger and you blow it off, or you don't have a trigger to trigger. It's almost like, and if maybe they're not worthy of you, this is also a time when you could just say, this isn't positive enough. But I just want to tell you the Gemini moon is quite capable of being logical, and it can detach. Yes, this is emotional intelligence when you're with the moon in the mind's house. The third house is the mind's house, but we have the moon there. So it is emotional intelligence, literally. That's great, Desi. Okay, the fourth house, very interesting. Your home life might be really, really busy. I know mine is. And you might have a lot of people coming and going. You also might be able to create new communication, new conversations, or learn something new about your family. I want to tell you that this is the house of intuition. And so expanding your intuition, I don't know, on that Sagittarius full moon, I was getting literal downloads, like incredible downloads. I was able to finish people's sentences with the exact words they were going to use before they even said the sentence. I mean, it was absolutely crazy. I also want to tell you this can be very musical. There can be a healing magic around music with the fourth house, with all the water houses. So like yesterday, I just did a sound bowl meditation. Oh my God, it was so incredible. They had like 50 different gongs, yeah, bong. They had 50 different gongs from around the world, and they gonged over you. They literally gonged over you, and then they had like they did all the different elements in this sound bowl therapy healing session. And so they did a fire element with music. They did water. They did air. They did earth. And then they did rain. I mean, it was incredible. So my favorite, though, I can't even believe this. It was the air elements. I would have never thought that. But I loved the chimes that they used. I felt like there were butterflies. This is all very fourth house, 12th house. So, like, what can you do with music? I would love for you to learn how to play the sound bowls. How can you make music, right? Going within yourself to find a new language of dance, of movement, of music. And this could also be something around your family. So the new moon here, you could have a new approach with your family. You could move closer to your family. Your family might move farther away to benefit their own life. You might have a really wonderful family celebration. I'm having 3 family celebrations in the month of June. So it's a time to really say to your family, I love you. I want a new start with you. I want to learn something new about you. Mom, tell me your story. Dad, tell me your story. You know, sometimes at the dinner table, I get my parents to tell me their story, and then I secret record them. They don't know. But if I tell them I'm recording them, they will make the story bigger or better than what it really is. And I just want the truth of the stories. So I'll say something like, tell me about that one time when you, whatever. And I secret record them. So it's a time when you can write your family story. You can do your ancestry. .com, you know, that was so fun to do. I did that about 10 years ago, and I found all this fascinating information, just fascinating information. When you have this in the 5th house, I am telling you, it is time to play and date and be creative and be childlike. I mean, this might be one of the most fun placements. I'm not kidding. This must be one of the most fun placements. And I just want to tell you that it's just absolutely I think delightful to have a Gemini moon in the 5th house. And you're probably Aquarius rising. But one thing that I was going to say is that you are learning to have fun. And so set your intentions using the new moon ritual and putting it outside, and watch my video on how to do it. Set your intentions on creating more fun for yourself. So what, if you do have this placement, what is fun for you? There's probably a variety of things, but this is a time, and you only get this moon once a year. So I don't want you guys to miss it, because this is a fun moon to manifest on, because it's the moon of words. It's the moon of intention. It's the moon of the mind. And so the moon is the heart. So this is the heart along with the mind and the heart. So it's a very, very, very powerful moon to manifest on. Oh, good. Oh, I love this. I love reading all your comments. So when you have this in the 5th house, I want you to think about almost dating yourself. Like, what would you do to take yourself out on a phenomenal date? How would you entertain yourself? So I want you to, well, I should say, I hope that you will manifest joy and fun and childlike glee. The 5th house is, I think it's my favorite house of the whole zodiac, because it's so darn fun. It indulges, and so you have to be careful not to overindulge or scatter too much. But if you don't have a child, this is also the house of love. So doing things that you love, learning about things that you love. And maybe you want to take this new moon and manifest for the whole rest of the year that until you get this moon again, I'm determined to put fun. I'm determined to make my life fun. Will you guys just answer this question? How many people in the chat, there's over 100 people watching, how many people could say they have a life that's fun? Is your life fun? And if it's not, use this Gemini moon. I just want to know, is your life fun? And if not, use this Gemini moon to create fun, to create play, to create joy, to laugh, to learn to laugh, to take a comedy improv class, to be willing to be a fool, to when they say it's a costume party, to wear a costume. You know those people who go to the costume party and they don't wear a costume? Yeah, that's not fun. They're not fun. I always wear the costume when they say wear the costume. Yes, it's big time fun. Yes, fun. Me. Okay. Khadija, no, not for a while. Okay. Well, I want you to think about this Gemini moon as trying to bring in fun. Because Gemini moon is not just smart, it's playful. It's Peter Pan in Peter Pan. It's literally Peter Pan. And so what can you do to create more joy? My life is super fun. Lori says yes and no. Not near as much fun as my capacity, right? So Michael used this moon to channel the joy. Now, when I think of fun, I think of like wee on a zip line. And that is fun, but there can be all kinds of fun, right? Like I had so much fun binge watching that show, Emily in Paris. Oh my God, I laughed so hard. That was fun. So it doesn't always have to be giant. Stephanie says, I'm lacking fun in my life. So I want you guys to figure out what is fun and just start there and attract more fun into your life. Have you ever met a friend that when you're around that friend, you just have so much fun? So find friends that bring you more fun and more joy. Yes. Okay. And Missy really is understanding this. Figure out. And so what's interesting is the full moon in the 5th house can also be really exciting, like the new moon. So Missy just said, I can't wait for my 5th house new moon. So the 5th house, what sign, this is a great exercise for everybody. What sign do you have on the 5th house? And go figure out, and you can buy my new moon calendar if you want to, and I can show you where the moon is for the whole entire year. It costs barely anything, and it's just all written out. When do you have the new moon and the full moon in your 5th house? That's a great exercise because that is when you will attract more playfulness into your life. And that Sagittarius full moon was in my 5th house, and I just had a blast. I couldn't stop smiling. It was so freaking fun. It was just so fun. I had a blast. Yeah, Desi says my 5th house new moon will be Sagittarius, so a roaring good time. Well, you just had a full moon there too. Was that fun? Full moons can be fun too because it's when your cup runneth over. Live Nowhere says, Meredith, how much for a reading for me today? How long do you stream? I'm going to go to about 11, maybe a little bit later, 11:30, I should say. But you don't have to pay me money. Please don't, because it puts a lot of pressure on me to perform. And I'm just going to go through the houses, and then I usually choose charts from my members because it's a way that I can say thank you to them. Thank you. And really, it means a lot to me that you're a super supporter. I honestly could not even do this work. I could not teach if I didn't have super supporters. Oh my God. Did I tell you guys? Do you guys all know about it? I hope you're coming. I'm having a party for my members, and it is a party, and it's called my Playful Progressions Party. And so we're just going to play. I'm going to literally just read charts and talk to you about how to use the progressions to make predictions. Progressions are the best prediction tool that you have as an astrologer. So we're having a playful progressions party, and I think it is July 21st at 10 a.m., but you have to get a ticket, and it's for my members only. And they're free for my superstar super supporters. You don't pay a damn thing, and it's only $4.99 for my super supporters. But you can go get a ticket under, just go to soulnavigation.com and then, or go to shop Soul Navigation is what you should do. Shop Soul Navigation and then go to master classes and events and then scroll for a ticket. You might have to sort alphabetically so they pop up, but it's going to be a blast. And I'm going to be doing readings. I'm going to record it so you'll be able to watch. I'll be doing cold readings. We'll party for like 2 hours. Yay! It's not a party without Shane. And Tiffany. Okay, awesome. Live Nowhere says, I never want to pressure you, Meredith. Okay, thanks for the info, just so I know. If you want to do a reading for me today, I'd really appreciate it. If not, no worries. Okay. Okay, thank you. Yeah, like when people start throwing me $20 and then I don't read their chart and then it locks me in and then I don't read their chart and then they actually get really mad at me, like, wah, they just get so mad at me. I'm like, oh my God, my Libra moon does not want to do that. I cannot handle the conflict today. Pisces 561, is wine included? Absolutely. It's 10 a.m. where I will be, and I don't think I'll be drinking the wine quite yet. But absolutely. I think it's July 21st at 10 a.m. And you have to buy a ticket because I can't send you the Zoom link if you don't buy a ticket. And it's free. It's free for, so superstars, super supporters, you just get a ticket. You have to have a ticket. Also, my Zoom room only holds 200 people, and I have more than that as members. So, it's first come, first serve. Live Nowhere does not know my chart. So I talk a lot about my placements and what I am and my big three. No, I'm not a Libra, but in my members only, and I can see you're a member. So go watch those videos, and I use my chart in those videos. Oh, Stephanie says, even though I'm a super supporter, it still wants me to pay for the parties and master classes. I can't figure it out. Only $5. And then it's $29. When I do open it up to everybody, I charge $29. So you get a discount if you're a super supporter, and it's free if you're a superstar super supporter. So that was a great comment because I don't want you to be confused. I love the concept, progressions party. Yeah. Cynthia, it's actually playful progressions party because we will be a lot of play. And I'm sorry I even have to charge $4, but I do have to charge for my time because this is my livelihood and it's how I literally keep this roof above my head. And I just found out that we probably have to buy a whole new roof. Yeah, that's a fun $40,000. Has anybody bought a new roof recently? It's like 40 grand. It's so stupid. Anyways, let's talk about the 6th house. This is such a cool placement. Why? Because this is Mercury's house. And so even though Gemini is square to Virgo, it actually, I think, works okay here because this means your daily routine is going to be very, very busy. You are going to change up your daily routine. I don't know about you, but I kind of like changing it up. This is like drive down a new pathway, go to a new cafe, do everything kind of different and new in your daily routine. Like if you take yoga and you sit in the back row every time, go sit in the front row. Change it up because new things will find you through changing up your routine. And And also, I want to tell you that this could be a new health regimen, new vitamin regimen. Maybe you're going to start doing, I don't know, your protein smoothies. Maybe you're going to change out your diet. Your body-mind connection really wants to shift. I also want to tell you this is an earth house. So this could be a new technique in gardening. Maybe you're going to grow your own food. And maybe you are even going to be able to manifest a new daily routine or life that creates new knowledge, a new sharing of knowledge. You might even step into mentoring somebody, tutoring somebody. You might get a tutor. You might go into helping others, assist others. This is a time when you can be really, really efficient and super effective in what you do, becoming quite useful to your own self and to your work. Your work can really get a new boost to it. You could also get a new role inside your job. Maybe they want to put you in a role where you're really seen and highlighted. One of the things that I love about this new moon is Venus is there. Do you see Venus? So you could get a raise, you could get more money, you could fall in love with your work, you could change your job, you could get a smarter job. And this is also work smarter, not harder placement, which is really, really fun. And I absolutely love this placement. New moons in the 6th house is a redesign of your daily routine. This is also a redesign of, I kind of tease about it because the 6th house is the sock drawer. It's the sock drawer. So I don't know about you guys, but I like comfortable socks. I like matching socks. And I've given up on even trying to match my socks. I just find 2 socks and wear them. I don't even care anymore if they match or don't match. I really don't. I do kind of need them to be the same length, though, so I don't want to have one knee high and one little tiny one. But this is the reorganizing of your pantry. Doesn't that feel good when you do that? And so there's a real shift in Zen. So if you're thinking, if you have this in the 6th house, and you're like, what new thing could I learn? I want to give you an idea. Okay, what's her name? Oh, her name is Marie Diamond. And she's the #1 Feng Shui teacher in the world, I think. She's absolutely phenomenal. This is Feng Shui. This is learning Feng Shui. And it is so powerful. It is so, so powerful. And I took her course, online course, and wow, it blew my mind. And you can see, where is it? I bought this. I bought this because Marie told me to. This is my little money tree. And she said, you absolutely need to have a money tree. Look at this. Hold on. Look at my money tree. And so I bought this, and I love this money tree. God, I love this. And because I took her course. And so I have it over here. Anyways, Feng Shui is redesigning the energy inside your life, and it channels mind body. It's really No, Marie Kondo is the organizer. She teaches you how to purge and get rid of things. That would be a good thing to do too. But I think it's Marie Diamond. And her last name is Diamond. I might have her first name off a little bit. I think she is also from Denmark or something. Micah, you can get one online. They're so pretty. Get your money tree. And you had your place feng shui last month. Well, what's kind of fun is when you actually learn it. It's like astrology. How many people here are actually learning astrology and learning how to use it rather than just like having it done for you, right? A lot of the people that watch me want to know how to actually use it. Oh, I have her name correct. Jamie says that. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the 7th. This is so fun. I love this new moon, you guys. I just absolutely love this new moon. The 7th is bringing in new relationships, new connections, a new business partner. Maybe even, it could even be a person who works for you or with you. Or it could be love, a brand new love life. You might get choices. So if this was me and if I was single and if I had a new moon in Gemini in the 7th, oh my God, I would go show my best friend or somebody who I kind of admire my online profile and ask them how I can improve it, because obviously if I have it up there, I don't see any flaws with it. So I'd ask somebody, is this the best? What do you think about this? And I would change my online profile and give it a little boost. And I would go out and about and I would meet people. And I would do it online and I would do it in person and I would take classes and I would sit at the friendliest place in a restaurant to meet new people. You know what is so interesting? This is what is so interesting. It is so easy to meet people. Do you know that? It is so easy. I mean, I meet a new person every single day of my life. I'm not joking. And you know how you do it? You say hi. Hi. So we were sitting at this little restaurant. God, it was so cute. At this little bar. We like to eat at the bar sometimes. We were sitting at this bar and I saw this gentleman with another gentleman. And I couldn't figure out their relationship to one another. They didn't look anything alike. But they looked so friendly. And I was like, wow, your dinner looks so good. What's that? Is that the lobster ravioli? Yummy. It looks so good. I'm wanting to try it. Oh, best friends by the end of the night. That's how hard it is. It's really, really hard. So if you're single and you have this placement, will you please go out and sit in a friendly seat at the restaurant or wherever you're going and then be friendly? And then be friendly. Yes, please. Oh, DJ, thank you. Superstar, super supporter. Yes, I hope you guys will join and then come to my playful progressions party. And but you upgraded and I'm really, really grateful. That's so stinking sweet of you. Could the planets in Gemini also refer to getting work? My son has a Gemini sun and moon conjunction and a new moon baby in the and all a new moon baby in the and all the planets are in the 6th and 7th house. Will they work? Yes. This is work. This is getting a job in the 6th house. In the 7th, it's really awesome because it can also bring in business and work and people. Yes. Well, okay, so Live Nowhere asks, as a Leo, I find Sagittarius women is the best match from my experience. Why am I so turned on by them? Well, first of all, they're super smart. They're funny. They're entertaining for your Leo. They're in the same element, fire. And Sag and Leos are best friends. Also, you met your match. Those are the two royalty signs of the zodiac. So the Leo wears a crown and is the life giver, the god of life, the god of the sun. And Sagittarius is the god of all gods, the father of all gods. So you met your match with Sagittarius. Well, and okay, Mohammed says, I have a Sagittarius stellium, so this new moon is opposite to everything. I like the opposite. And by the way, if you're going to have an opposition, Gemini and Sag, I think, are the very best opposition to have. They're on the intelligence axis, so it's about knowledge. I think it's much easier than the other mutable oppositions, Virgo and Pisces. Those are so friggin' opposite. At least Gemini and Sag, there's common threads, and I think they are the easiest opposition out of every single opposition. A Gemini new moon brings in so many opportunities. And if it's in the sixth house, there's probably numerous jobs. If it's in the seventh house, it's numerous people to date. So what I would love for you to do, I'd love to challenge you to go out there into the world and start being friendly to people if you've got a new moon in Gemini. Now, in the seventh house, you probably really are a friendly, outgoing person, and you probably do make friends fairly easily. And because you're a Sag rising. And so this is a great time to network. So anybody who's a Sag rising has this seventh house placement. So my sister has this placement. And she has her sun in the seventh house. And she actually has her moon there too, but it's in Cancer. Anyways, one of the things she did, she's a nurse. She's an RN. She's not an RN, but she's a nurse. And I forget the letters she has behind her name. Anyways, she bought one of those wedding photo booth companies, if you will, and that's her side hustle. And she does that on nights and weekends. And she sets up, all the little props and takes the picture and prints them out and makes the scrapbook. It's really cute. Anyways, she has met so many new people. And what she has done is she has met people who she can do trades with for services and for her own wedding and her own life. And it's really cool. So this is a time when you can expand your business. You can expand just through contacts and networking. And when you can expand your dating life if you're single. And it can bring a lot of fun and a lot of positive energy. You probably need a new mindset around dating if you're single. Let's see. Sag rising. Okay, so is anybody trying to date? And you're like, oh God, I'm not going online. It's all losers. It's all hookups. Everybody's a flake. Well, maybe you start dating online with a new attitude and a new approach. You know what I say to people who are online dating? Because I met my husband on Bumble. Can you believe that? You only need one good one. You're only looking for one good one. You only need one good one. That's it. So you're not looking for 100 good ones. If we were looking for 100 good ones, that'd be really hard to do. You're only looking for one. Okay, in the eighth house, this is so deep. Oh my God, this is very transformative. If you get this new moon in the eighth house, wow, just be prepared to have your mind and your heart just expand and explode. Everybody, Michael's trying to date. Be friendly in the chat, right? I know you are. Maybe this is my new dating chat website. Darvin, I'm a Sag rising in Whole House Astrology and Scorpio rising in Placidus. I have Gemini placements in both my 7th and 8th house in Placidus. Well, I think Darvin is a Scorpio rising personally, but I do Placidus. I don't do whole sign. Okay, a lot of you have this. So this is really going deep within and creating a new you on the inside. So I really kind of want you to learn something new. Maybe learn tarot, maybe learn meditation, maybe learn inner healing, maybe do journaling, maybe go inside to get the answers. Go into you. Learn the truths that live inside of you. So this is a time when the caterpillar gets its wings. This is really deep mind expansion work. The journey is within. And this isn't necessarily a happy placement, but I think the new moon in Venus and the stellium in Gemini can bring a happy tone or lighter tone to this 8th house of mystery. I want to tell you something. This is a time when you can get really, really psychic. You can become so psychically aware. You can get downloads from your dreams that are very, very profound. So Deborah asks, does having the vertex at 16 degrees Gemini mean anything? Yeah. Yeah. It can be a total soul connection, and it can be a complete soulmate connection. So that's a destiny day. And because the new moon, Venus and Venus are at 16 degrees on your 16-degree vertex, like, wake up that day, June 6th, and just know it's magical. I mean, I would buy a lottery ticket. I would go and literally let the computer pick my numbers for me, and I would buy a lottery ticket. I would take chances on that day. That is a destiny day. That's a soul day. So anything that happens that day, Deborah, was sort of meant to be. Live nowhere. 200 SEK. What is that? What's 200 SEK? That sounds like a lot of money. Is it? You told me don't send any money. Can I send you some flowers also? A reading today? Meredith, can I send you some flowers? I don't expect anything. A giver knows his limits. A taker doesn't have any. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Deborah, and then send me an email and let me know what special things happened that day. And here's what's interesting. Sometimes on destiny days, I mean, that's a very big destiny day. So sometimes so everybody should look at their vertex. And if you didn't watch my video called The Vertex, please go watch it. Figure out where your vertex is. And then when the new moon or the full moon hits your vertex, that's a destiny day. That's one of the most special days of your life. But I just want to tell you something. Sometimes you have a destiny day, but you don't know the power of it in the moment. It takes a little bit of time to have the gifts roll out. So it might be just a conversation that you had, one conversation that you had that then created something. So it's kind of a little bit like how the magic in eclipses work. Happiness. I'm excited because the new moon falls on my progressed sun. And that is like a new moon. That's a new moon for you personally and the new moon. So it's really, really exciting. I need a destiny day so bad right now. And also plan on it. So, don't have that day be filled with chaos, having to, vacuum your floors and run to the grocery store. Like, prepare a special day for you. Swedish krona. Oh, that's so sweet. Shane looked up what the money is. 200 there is $19 there. That's really, really sweet. Thank you. Yes, that is a powerful year when the new moon falls on your progressed sun. That's very, very powerful. Thank you. Oh, from Sweden. I've never been to Sweden. I really want to go. It's on my bucket list. The ninth house, your belief system is changing. Listen to me. This is so inspiring. This is Gemini's opposite house, but I love it here. And this is taking what you're learning and starting to put it out there into the world. And this is also really living in an inspired way in your life. So this can bring so much inspiration. I want to tell you, you're not just the writer in the movie in the ninth house. You're not just the actor. You're not just the director. You're all of it. You're the writer, producer, actor, director, you, and the cameraman or woman. And you're doing it all. You're on a giant quest. So this new production company, if you will, this is a really big house, wants to find you. So this is the house of being an entrepreneur as well. So is the first house. But the ninth house, they oftentimes are entrepreneurial. And this is when you wake up in the morning and you literally believe in something new. Has that happened to you before? Oh my gosh. It's like when you're watching a movie and you really believe it to be true. And then you you know it's not true, but that you're so sucked into it, you believe it. So this is a whole new belief system, a whole new inspiration, a whole new motivation. And without the energy in this house, everybody's got something here, even if you don't have any planets. You can see on my chart, it's empty, but it's not really empty. It's ruled by something. It's ruled by a planet. In this case, in this chart, that ninth house, with, quote, nothing in it, you have to go look at Saturn and Uranus because they're bossing this particular chart around. And so this is the motivation that inspires you to move your body and walk through the world, to wear what you're going to wear, to be who you're going to be. It's the inspiration in all that you do. This is the house of inspiration. So get inspired. What inspires you? Can you tell me what inspires you about your own life? You guys are cute. The chat is adorable. I think people are dating now. I'm just joking. This is really, really exciting. I want you to know that your manifestation should be around something like spirit surprise me and inspire me in my life, or thank you for allowing me to be inspired. Be inspired. Literally be inspired. I am so inspired by the flowers I'm growing in my garden. I'm not joking. I am so in love with these peonies that I'm growing. Like the fluffiest peonies you've ever seen, and they're little fluff balls. And I love them. I just love them. So be inspired with this placement. If you're born with a Gemini new moon, well, this is incredible for you. This is an incredible time for you. This is an absolute like wish day for you. Think of it like your birthday. This is literally like the birth of you, a blank canvas. In the 10th house, you have a chance to really be seen in your abilities, gifts, and talent. And there's an extra ambition here. You could get a new job, you could get a raise, you could get a promotion, you could get lifted up. Now, let me tell you that you could also be seen in a negative light too. All of these transits can go negatively too. But I like to see them in their positivity because that's what we're going to try to manifest. So you could be overexposed in some way in the 10th house. So be careful. You could be exposed in a way on social media that you don't necessarily like or want, but it could be a time where you get a big break, or you get to stand on a stage, or you get to tout your findings, or you get to pitch a show, or you get to pitch an idea, or you get to TED Talk, or you're going to go live on YouTube for the first time, or you're going to launch yourself out there into the world. Maybe you're going to make a music album, or maybe you're going to put yourself out there in some way. And I just want to tell you that you're going to have a real opportunity to be in the limelight. You're going to have a real opportunity to up your game. Now, listen, your life is going to get really, really busy with tons of responsibilities. This is the house of responsibility. And then this is can be chaotic. So what I want you to do in the 10th, if you have this in the 10th house, really say no to the things that you don't want to do. Just say no. Absolutely. I'm going to hold to my conviction, and I'm not going to overextend, because this is where you're being invited to manage the block party and go to your niece's graduation and throw the birthday party and host the Father's Day and do this and do that and do this and do that and do that. And you have to say, let's don't. I don't want to. I want to slow it way down. So this is massively busy. When you start getting into the 10th house, it gets really, really busy. And I don't want that for you. I want you to stay grounded and try to conscientiously manifest calm, peace. And I would also, with this one, I would probably thank God for allowing me to see what the real priorities are for me that will enhance my life, my legacy. So, it's almost like God help me sort through the clutter to know what is most important. Does this make sense? This can be really high anxiety. Yeah, this could be burnout. What you should manifest in the eighth house is your psychic awareness, your intuition, your healing of your old wounds. This is literally seeing your wounds, sort of finding the silver lining in the things that hurt you. So I would also tell you, with the new moon in the eighth house, just going back as a refresher, it's a time for emotional forgiveness. Forgive those people that hurt you. It's a time to really work on forgiveness, to work with positive energy around healing old wounds, but going into the occult, going into deep transformational work. It's very, very big psychic energy here. In the 11th house, this is also really, really big. This is like the internet. This is your social circle and your social group. And I feel like with the new moon in Gemini, I'm super excited about this placement because you can really pop. You can pop with this placement. You can get brand new opportunities that affect you in a innovative or cheerful way. Even this house has cheer in it, and it also has benefiting mankind in it. It has a pay it forward feeling. And it is also a house of the higher octave of communication. So really learning how to communicate in a new channel, in a new way, through a new venue. You might also learn something new from a new group of people, a new organization. Either you create it or you join it. This could be like a book club, and then you discover a book that changes your life forever. And it can also even be way bigger than that. This is a huge house. I want to tell you, there's a shift here in what friendship means to you. So redefining friendship. Like, is that a true friend? I want to attract new friends into my life. I want a new kind of friend. I want a soul tribe. I want, a like-minded community to be friends with. Most of my friends, this is very interesting. I was just thinking about this. Most of my friends and pretty much all of my family don't do astrology or talk astrology. So when I'm in my friendships, I'm not in my astrological world. And I don't proselytize. I'm not evangelical with my astrology. If they have a question, I'll answer, but that's not usually where I meet inside my friendships. And it kind of lets me rest in a way, because then I don't perform. I don't have to educate. I don't have to teach. You know what I mean? And so I just don't have a lot of friends, probably because my friends are old friends from long ago before I did astrology. But it's just an interesting thing. So your friendships have a newness to it. You can even attract new friends. Let's see what you guys are saying. No, there's no waiting list. We're just playing. We're just having fun. It's already 11, so I got to hurry. I got to get through the 12th house, and then I'll choose a few people to read their charts. This most recent full moon in Sagittarius fell in my 9th house, and I'm here as a visiting research scholar, and I bought a Subaru, which I test drove on the Ring of Kerry, Ireland, Star Wars. That's cute. Welcome, Kathleen. It's her first time here. I really like the new moon in the 11th house because your life is about to expand. It's about to become really big. And I don't know if you guys know this. Most of you do that interact with me on a more regular basis, but I just finished a television pilot, and it's in the editing process right now. And so I have this new moon happening in the 11th house. And I don't know what will become of it, but and they discovered me on YouTube. And I didn't audition or anything. They just said, Meredith, we absolutely love your true crime astrology. And would you consider coming down here to Dallas, Texas, and doing a test pilot, a pilot show, profiling serial killers? And I was like, what? So I did. I flew down there and I did 3 shows. And the first show that's going to come out is going to be doing the astrological profiling for Jorn Vandersloot and Natalie Holloway. And I do their charts, and I show you the killing. And Stephanie Flores, he also killed Stephanie Flores. Anyways, that's coming out, and I want you guys to all watch it when it comes out. But I feel like this Gemini new moon in the 11th is a piece of that, because we probably will have it ready around this Gemini transit, definitely Jupiter in Gemini for sure. So it's just so exciting. And so how is your world expanding? And it's going to be, you guys can stream it. I don't know if a television channel will pick it up, but it will be streamable. And if we get enough likes on it, it could really like give me a new pathway in life. And I can't wait to share it with you guys. So if you haven't subscribed and rang that little bell, then you will miss my notifications. So if you subscribe and ring, have that little bell rung, then you'll get all my notifications and we can stay in touch better. Hi, everyone. Holly, thank you for being a super supporter. Thank you for joining. I am so grateful that you guys have joined because it allows me to teach you. Yes, you can watch it in the UK. You can watch it anywhere. I think you're going to be able to stream it like on Amazon or something. Yeah, you can watch it outside of the USA. Yeah. And I show you the charts, and then they actually have actors reenacting. The actors are so brilliant. Oh my God, the acting, I can't even believe it. I mean, the girl actually looks like Natalie and acts like Natalie, and the boy actually looks and acts like Jorn Vandersloot. And you can see the deception and the deceit. Did you guys watch my video on King Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn? Oh my God, death, deception, destruction, beheading, jealousy, rage, killing. It is all in the charts. And I shocked my own self. And when I did the research for these 3 killers, I did 3 episodes. So after Natalie Holloway, I have Scott Peterson, and then I have Casey Anthony. I could have written a novel. I did a month's worth of research. I probably had 360 pages of written research. And what's hard about it is they only take maybe just some sound bites, right? They don't go as deep as my research went. So it was a little Gemini frustrating because it was just and I had to keep it kind of simple. But I do put some advanced concepts in it, and you will get to see. And it is really, really exciting. Yes, I'm going to share the link. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I love that video so much. Yeah, wasn't that, if you guys haven't watched that King Henry VIII, it is just jaw-dropping. Anyways, oh, thank you, Tina. This is the 11th house. So how is your world getting surprisingly big? The 11th house, with the new moon in the 11th house, I want to also tell you something else. You will be surprised. Because it's Uranian. You will be surprised. Surprises will show up. Roll with them. Be willing to be surprised. Have spirit show you the surprise. Don't you love surprises? I love surprises. I am so hard to trick. I have a Mercury in Scorpio. I'm really hard to trick. I'm on to everything, everyone, everything. I'm so difficult to surprise. It would be really hard to get me to a surprise party and people pop out of the couch. Surprise! Yeah, that never has happened. But be willing to be surprised, because this is filled with surprises. So whatever you think it is, it's probably going to be something different. There's actually a lot being added to my life already, so I'm open to all the opportunities. Oh, I love this. Love, 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 love this. Well, the pilot is a teaser big enough. Hold on. What did she say? I got to go up. I'm here in Austin. Oh, I can't find it. Anyways, I can barely keep up with the chat moving. Okay, so the 12th house, this is very deep. And when you have the new moon in the 12th house, you're actually developing, or you have an opportunity to manifest a new spirituality, a new relationship with faith in God, and a new divine connection. You may meet guardian angels. You may do shamanic work. You might go on some sort of spiritual mystical journey. And it could just be a nature journey near water, or it could be a retreat. It could be something that refocuses you or recreates or invents, right, a new spiritual part of yourself. Maybe you start to understand, where does the soul live after the body leaves Earth. Maybe you go into all of the questions, or you find the answers to the questions that are so big and so vast. Maybe you develop a new relationship to sound, to music, to the healing arts. I also want to tell you, when you have the new moon in Gemini and Venus there, this can bring in a depth of love, spiritual, unconditional love. This is an earth angel placement. This is when you can do angels' work, truly. Oh, thank you, Leah. You're so sweet. I said a pilot is meant to be a teaser, but it's just enough to hook an audience. I hope it does. I hope you guys all love my show. This new moon trines my Mercury in the 12th. Yeah, and aspects are really important. We didn't talk about it, but see what this is aspecting in your chart and what houses are affected. Yes, the 12th, and look at your progressions too. I use 10 degrees always. Every single thing I use 10 degrees. And I say that it might not be true. You might feel that you're at the 10th degree and you're like, I don't feel this very much. Well, then it doesn't work for you. But I consider everything within 10 degrees. So as I mentioned, this is at 16. So I would take anything between 6 and 26. So yeah, this is being recorded and you guys can come back and rewatch this if you want. Mohammed says, I have Gemini in my 12th house and I've been deeply thinking about doing therapy. Let me talk to you about therapy for a minute, okay? When the new moon is in Gemini, in the 12th house or the 8th house or the 4th house, I definitely recommend doing therapy, but I want to say something about that. I think that this could be an invitation to also possibly consider doing a kind of therapy that is not necessarily talk therapy. So it's not necessarily just sit down and talk to a therapist and just open up your wounds. Sometimes we can get really stuck in talk therapy. We can get stuck in our archetypal role. And we can get stuck as a victim. We can get stuck as in the wound. And so I just want you to think about this. There's this therapist. Her name is Tanya Swan. She lives in Issaquah, Washington. She doesn't live in Issaquah, but she works in Issaquah, Washington, Tanya Swan. And she does a sound light therapy. And you go into a cave-like wooden musical bed. I know it sounds weird, but bed. And then she does lights and she does sound. And she doesn't do really talk therapy. She can if you want to, but she heals you through sound vibration. And so this 12th house is inviting you to really look at different kinds of therapy. Like I just did a sound bath, and this house is quite musical. So I'm wondering, like, if you did EMDR therapy, right? Or you did tapping therapy. Different kinds of therapy can really be incredible. Maybe you do some sort of inspirational therapy where you listen to motivational life coaches, or you go to a Tony Robbins seminar. That might not be the right thing, but you know what I'm saying, where you go somewhere to be inspired. Maybe you work with the archetypes through Carolyn Miss's work. Maybe you work with a mystic as a therapist. Do you know what I mean? A shaman as a therapist. Maybe you go on one weekend retreat and you do shamanic healing and drumming, and you make your own drum and you heal through a different modality. It's just a thought. It might be a little bit out there, but something that does not trap you in the archetype, because the 12th house is about the infinite, the unconditional. There's a largeness and it's very unique. Oh, good. You just suggested EMDR above. Yeah, great minds think alike. Yes. Muhammad says, I'll definitely take that into consideration. There's all different kinds. You could even turn to your own healing through like flower essences, herbal remedies, Chinese tinctures and teas, and also crystal healing. I mean, it's really also feng shui healing. So all kinds of modalities. Okay. So we're going to give it to Live in Nowhere. Maybe he's not even here. Is he still here? Live in Nowhere from Sweden? Because he's been dying to get a reading. So if Live in Nowhere, if he left and I called his name, that man is going to cry. He's actually going to need a box of tissue, and someone's going to have to fly to Sweden to console him. If he's here, I'll do his chart. Ah, he's here. Okay, give me your birthday. Just write it down. And you're probably definitely going to have to spell the city and all that jazz. He's dying. He's here. Okay, give me the... Put it down. Put it down. What's your birthday? And what's your name? Holly, love CMT Bach flowers, and I can help with feng shui and local space. Wow, Holly, is that what you do? Okay, is Live in Nowhere giving me his info? Yeah, an energy cleanse, and also working with, here we go, and energy, like doing sage, working with sage. It's Dennis. Do you know astrology, Dennis? Or are you just learning? I don't want to create bad habits, though. So you guys you don't have to pay me because I feel pressure. If you want to send me a super thanks and buy me a cup of coffee or a glass of wine just because you want to, I'll happily take it. But I don't want you to pay me with the expectation that I'll do your chart. Please. But I'd rather you become a member so you can watch my behind the scenes videos, because I go deeper into my personal story and I teach you more. I'm new and I'm learning. Okay, so let me do this for you. And this is not my gorgeous natal chart, but the other one was. And I hope you guys all have my gorgeous natal chart because they're so easy to read. Let me just customize this. Just to make it a little bit easier. So today's little looky-loo is on the new moon. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, good. You can see my cursor now. So this is awesome. So his second house, you guys can see, is at 13 degrees. Yeah, and that's because he was born in Sweden. And so, Sweden is so far north. We forget how far north Sweden is. Like I live in North America, Dennis, and I'm in like the most northern state you can be in. I should say one of them. And because I'm in Washington. So I think of myself as so far north, but we forget how far north Canada is and Sweden, right? And so it creates this unusual size of his 12th house and his 6th house. So he has this giant, he has actually, I think he has 2 full interceptions. He has 2 interceptions, and I'm an just so you know, because you're new, I'm an evolutionary astrologer. I use the tropical zodiac in the house called Placidus, and you can see that right here. Right here. And I put this for I put this for Seattle, but I didn't mean to do that. But I might not have the time to change this to Sweden. However, so this isn't going to be the exact time for you. You have to look up when the moon will be new in Sweden. I don't know what it is going to be, but it's about 8 or 10 hours after this. So it's probably in the afternoon. And yes, he has a Gemini moon. So he was supposed to get picked, I think. I think he was. Look at what everybody's saying. We are not as far north as Dennis. Yep, look at that. My whole life turned so badly that I lost my belief on everything. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so the one thing that I'll say is that with that moon in Gemini at 26 degrees, remember I said take a 10-degree orb? I would say this is on his moon. I would give it to him because it's 10 degrees past 16. So 16 plus 10 is 26. I would say this is in an orb. Believe me, I know that's really wide. A lot of astrologers are like, I take 2 degrees. I don't do that. And I think we can even see in him his enthusiasm through this whole chat, right? We can see the Gemini in him. He has a giant curiosity and he has a giant desire to learn, and he's just brand new at astrology. And I don't know how you found me, but thank you for finding me. And I want to say that you have a real opportunity to count your money differently, attract more money into your life. This is a house of Venus, which is money, self-esteem, self-worth, self-confidence, and becoming of value. So learning what your true value is, becoming valuable. So what I would do after this is I would watch this video on my channel. Just go on my channel and hit the search button on my channel. If you don't go on my channel, you'll probably never find it. And it's called What to Do on Every New Moon. And then step by step by step by step, Dennis, you manifest. You manifest new income, new money. Let me see where you're at. Are you talking to me? You manifest new property, new real estate, new love. I don't know if you're single or not, but this can also be a love transit. And this is also a nature transit. So putting nature into your life to bring peace and tranquility. I want to tell you something about the second house. That is, I want to see what he's saying. I feel more Gemini during the nights. Well, you need to start your calm down process earlier then. So if you feel more Gemini at night, I would honestly, and I not right now, but I think in the winters it gets dark very early there, right? It gets pitch dark here at 4:00 in the afternoon. So what I was going to say is start your wind down process. Do your tea ritual, literally drink tea, go on a walk at night, do a little bit of exercise at night. I want you to do your wall Pilates, Dennis, at night. Wall Pilates. Is that all over your Instagram feed, everybody? Are they just targeting me? Is every single person getting wall Pilates commercials like every other commercial on Instagram? Anyways, this is also a time to have a new relationship to food. But what I wanted to tell you is this little pro tip. I love giving the little secret tips. The second house is begging us and asking us to calm down. It's literally asking us to be calm and be serene and find tranquility. So the fact that this is in Gemini, what I want you to do is start listening to things, literally on headset, start listening to things that bring you serenity. It could be a new book. It could be something calming. It could be meditation music at night, fall asleep. This is also asking you to create a newness around creating tranquility and serenity, a newness, manifest something new, a new relationship to nature. Do you like nature? You're Taurus rising. You must. Drink sleepy time tea. I got the wall Pilates. Got me too, Mare. Real American. Yeah, wall Pilates. Okay. So, Dennis, what I want to tell you is you have a new opportunity coming to you that is going to show you the value of your life. And right now, this new moon on June 6th is asking you to step out of the frenetic energy, the busyness of your life, and to take time for yourself to do breath work, to slow down. I know that sounds funny because it's in Gemini and it's all hyped up, amped up, and you're going to get thousands of opportunities. This is like a lot of electricity and a lot of popcorn, but it's in your second house of calm and serenity and tranquility. And so you kind of need a paradigm shift around slowing down. And slowing down doesn't mean that you're lazy or you're not productive. It's almost like the runner needs to rest before they go out and run the marathon, right? So getting your rest, a new relationship to food, a new relationship to nature, a new relationship to discover your deep personal value. So, Dennis, the second house also always asks you, what's your worth? What are you worth? What's your price? What's your price? And so this is a time to manifest new opportunities to create more value and worth in your life. So it's kind of a fun placement, but I'm going to tell you there's going to be frenetic, chaotic energy underneath this transit and for this month in June. And on the 11th, we have this really, really, really difficult aspect, Mars squaring Pluto. So get ready for really crazy ass news around the 11th. Like the world is good. I hope the hostages get free in Hamas. I hope there's a good enough deal where they, relinquish the hostages. That's what I'm hoping for. But the world is going to really spin on its side on this, and we're probably going to receive hard news collectively. And I'm just saying all my prayers. But for you personally, You're going to have options to see your value and see your worth. What you have to do is pick the one that is the best one, but pick one. I focus a lot of money. I'm focused a lot on money. I'm stressed now like crazy. Thinks I really need to slow down. I'm also very hard on myself. I really do put a lot of stress every day, work, money, etc. I believe it. When I'm with when I am a Leo and a Gemini, I know so little about astrology. I'm listening. Well, you have a lot of homework on this channel. And the people who know me really well on here, the people that know me really well are giggling because they know how much information is on this channel. Like my library is huge. And if you want a good video to start, you could go buy my master class. It's like $20. It's a 3-hour class and it takes you step by step by step by step by step. It takes you through 10 steps on how to read a natal chart. And that's a great place to start. But what I'm going to tell you is this is a lot of chaos coming your way, and you have the opportunity to be stressed out of your mind. But what I really want you to channel and what I want you to manifest when you watch that video and you manifest, because you're going to manifest it with your words, I want you to channel tranquility. Like, give me the ability to stay calm under pressure. Or you're going to say, thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, divine guides, for giving me the ability to stay calm and peaceful, to make the best decisions that add value to my life, to allow my anxiety to turn to joy and laughter. So every time you're anxious, be funny. Literally be funny. Find your sense of humor. I'm not joking. That is the fastest way to melt anxiety, to laugh about it, to giggle about it. Never, ever, ever shut up the giggles. You're also going to feel like can somebody type out my titles for me for Dennis? You're also going to find that slowing down creates more happiness in your life, even if you don't get as much accomplished. I want you to work on, it's okay if you didn't get your list done today. You have Mars in Scorpio in the 7th house. You're so highly capable. It's not, and you're a 5th house, you're a 5th house Leo. You are so highly capable, and it's on the North Node. So you're your own best friend in a way too. You're probably your worst enemy, and you're your own best friend. The resources that you have inside of you are really magical. You're very powerful. You were born with an exact square. Look at that, you guys. He was born with an exact square from Mars to Leo in the 5th and the 7th house. So you have a lot of stamina, my friend. You have a lot of stamina. And with this Gemini moon, your head is buzzing all the time. But what I want to tell you is just like go slow and thoughtful right now. Make really smart decisions that create value. So if the thing that you're doing does not create value for the big picture or for the immediate, you're not going to do that one. You're not going to do that one. You're not going to waste your energy. If driving over to your friend's house to, I don't know, loan them a power cord doesn't really add value to your life, you're not going to do that one. That one's a no. They can come to your house and get it. Do you know what I mean? Jenny, I have been binging on your channel all weekend since I found it. It's amazing. And thank you, because you became a super supporter. Look at all these super supporters. Every single chat is like a super supporter. Yeah, Diane, find slowing down creates happiness. Let me tell you, when I went to Spain, I want to tell you this little story, okay? Because I am a maniac. I'm like literally the Tasmanian devil blowing through my life, giving you advice on slowing down. And people who know me know that about me. But when I went to Spain, I had a paradigm shift on this subject. And this is what happened. I want to tell you this. So, and a lot of people already know this, but I want to get in here closer. So what happened is I went and stayed with Jessica at the beach in Sitges, and it's outside of Barcelona. And we went to the beach. My husband and I went to the beach at Tuesday at 2:00 in the afternoon. And I was like, oh my gosh, Joe, what do you see here at Tuesday at 2? And he said, I see people at the beach. And I said, no, you see full generations. You see 3 generations of families eating ice cream, being together, laughing together, strolling along the beach. A little baby, a grandma pushing a stroller, and her child and the husband. And it's Tuesday at 2. My mind was blown. So start to look at the world a little bit through a new lens right now with this Gemini new moon. And I said, now I want you to, and Dennis, you're not from here and you haven't been to the States yet, but I was like, pick any beach in the United States of America. Now go there in your mind at Tuesday at 2, and what do you see? Tuesday at 2. You definitely are not seeing 3 generations of families pushing strollers and eating ice cream. No, you're not. Not on Tuesday at 2. It's really sad what you'll see, to tell you the truth. Are you guys all with me? So what happened is I told Joe, I got to do my life differently. What am I doing? I want to go to the beach Tuesday at 2. I want to have ice cream with my mom on Tuesdays at 2. I want to be with my, my loved ones, my dog. I want to snuggle my cat Tuesday at 2. I'm not doing that. I'm working my ass off Tuesdays at 2. I promise you. Every Tuesday at 2, I'm working my ass off. And so this is how I did it. And what will I see? Well, you're seeing it right now because I'm sharing my story with you. So I hope you are seeing this. This is how I did it. It's really easy to say, I'm going to slow down. I didn't do it that way. You know what I did? And I'm giving this to you because you have your moon in Gemini. So you're so freaking busy. I had that paradigm shift. I genuinely wanted to find tranquility in my life. And this was last October. And I've been pretty good at this, you guys. This is what I did. And so, Dennis, I'm giving you this as a homework assignment because it changed my whole life. I gave up multitasking. So the only multitasking I do now is sometimes I'll talk on the phone when I'm on a walk. But I'm even trying not to do that. I'm trying not to even listen to something while I drive. I'm literally doing one thing at a time. So when I'm with Bo, I'm with Bo. When I'm with my husband, I'm with my husband. I'm literally doing one thing at a time. What did that do? So I'm trying not to. Sometimes I would have I'd be listening to I'd have one television on that has no sound. Then I'd have the YouTube on over here for another option. And I'll watch this when this commercial's on because I can't even handle a commercial, right? And then I'm cooking and then I'm talking to whoever's walking in my door and then I'm signing for the mail. And then, it's a mess. And so I stopped doing all of that and I do one thing at a time. And so it has slowed my life down. It's helped me become thoughtful. And I'm not perfect at it, but I'm doing that more and more and more. When I first came home, I did it solid for 30 days. I was so happy. I was literally floating on a cloud through my life. I was nicer. I was kinder. I was more productive. I loved my life. I was inspired. Diana, Spain supports the family more than, yes. It makes you have to be present, yes. Thank you also for supporting. This is living in the now, yes. My mom told me when I called her on the phone, she said, you sound so quiet. And I was like, well, I am. I'm just sitting here talking to you, literally like this. This was literally me on the phone with her. Do you know what a miracle that is? She said, I can really feel it. Like, you're not driving. You're not squeezing me in. You're not too busy to talk. You're not doing the dishes. while you talk to me. You're not folding your clothes while you talk to me. You're not walking your dog. You're not walking up a hill. You're not breathing hard. It's crazy. It's so crazy, isn't it? So that's what the second house is. Aw, my heart just went kerplunk. Okay, Annabelle, do you want to go? I'm going to choose you, and I'm going. This is going to be my last one. Annabelle, the new chick. I just felt like picking her. I don't know. She looks sweet. I love you guys. Well, if you guys are members, and I'm going to do more lives. I promise I'm going to do more lives. And I try to pick everyone. Maybe she's not here. Let's give her one more second, Annabelle. But come to my Playful Progressions party. I don't have very many people signed up, and I have a feeling it's going to be a really intimate group, and it might be so small that I can do everybody. So if you can, come to my Playful Progressions party on July 21st at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I don't know where that is for you. And hopefully I'll be able to do everybody's chart because it's just fun. It's just going to be fun and games. Okay, so she's not here. So Stephanie, I'll do you, Stephanie Newman. The link to the video. Okay, Stephanie, put your stuff in the chat. Okay, that's where you go by the master class, and it's called Putting It All Together, like learn astrology in 3 hours. That's for that. And then do this on every new moon is the video on my channel that I want you to watch. Okay, Stephanie's probably putting her. Kathleen, okay, that's too far away. I want to see you sooner. I know. But I was just saying, go there because it's for members only. And I'm going to do a lot of readings. It's the whole point of the party. And yeah, that's July 21st. I know it's far, but I'm going to do more lives. I'm doing a lot more lives. Okay. Alaska, what the heck? Are you there right now? Oh, you are. You were supposed to come. I think, Stephanie, weren't you going to come to the workshop and then you couldn't? Is that you? Oh, sorry. What time were you born? Oh, Alabama. Not Alaska, it's Alabama, 4:59. I can't believe all of my students are not in Seattle anymore. Like, I can't believe Missy's in Maine and Shane and Leah is in, I can't believe you guys are all back home. Like, what the heck? You were just here. It feels weird not having you here. Okay, I gotcha. Dun, dun, dun. Here's my gorgeous natal chart. And if you want your gorgeous natal chart, you can go right there. Do you see? Is it on? Oh, you can go right here. Yeah, you can see to purchase your gorgeous natal chart. go to shopsoulnavigation.com so you can get yours, because they're so easy to read. And you get your aspects, and you get to see if their planets are out of bounds, which is really fun. Okay, so let's wrap this around. And we have a lot of big June transits. You guys, also, it's the summer solstice. And when it is the very first day of the summer solstice, when it turns 0 degrees Cancer, that is huge. That day is a huge energy day. And I think that's June 20th, because I think this year it's my dad's birthday. And I think June 20th is summer solstice. It's the 0 degree Cancer, and it is the 0 point. It makes aspects to all the cardinal energies are activated. So 0 degrees Aries is activated, 0 degrees Capricorn, and 0 degrees Cancer, right, is where the sun is, and 0 degrees Libra. Anyways, that day's really big. There's so many good June transits. I'm going to try to do a whole June transits video. Kane. Hi, Kane. You're here. How's Joey doing? Kane wrote back with Joey the cat, a picture of Joey the cat. And Joey the cat was a subject, a very well-loved subject in the astrology retreat that we were just on. And then I got to see Joey the cat. He's adorable. God, he's so cute. Kane sent me a picture of him. I'm so happy that you're here. Oh, you live in Lake Tapps. Yes, that's right down the street and around the corner. Okay, so this is very interesting. She's having, look at this 5th house. Do you guys see what I see? This is very fascinating. Look at this new moon happening. And remember, it's all at 16 degrees. And it's sitting there right on her Chiron. Do you see that? There we go. So it's just sitting right there on her Chiron. And so this is a time when, like, love can actually heal the heart, falling in love with your life. So getting creative. So are you a creative person? You have Chiron in the 5th. So somehow I feel like that creativity might have gotten squashed out of you. You had to grow up really, really fast, Capricorn rising. And I also want to tell you that, is Stephanie still here? Yeah. So I just want to tell you that this is a time for you to really step into your power. This is one of the most powerful years of your life. You guys look at her nodal axis. She's literally sitting here in a nodal axis return where the North Node is on her North Node. And Chiron is exact on her Mars. So you're doing a lot of healing work right now, Stephanie. So this is like very, very, very profound and very deep. And I don't want you to get sucked into the way you used to do partnership. So now it's about your independence, your, life, getting life on your terms, finding your voice, learning new things, becoming a creative soul. I like to sing and draw, and I did have to grow up fast. Yeah, really fast. By the age of 7, you were probably highly competent. You might have outgrown your roots, your heritage, your land, your social culture, your family. You might have outgrown them. Like you might have realized, wow, I'm kind of smarter than these people. And 21 degree Aquarius sun in the 1st house, you're also a trailblazer, and you're supposed to be doing things that other people are not doing. You're kind of a maverick, kind of a badass with this, but you're very sensitive on the inside. That Cancer moon, don't neglect that Cancer moon. That Aquarius sun can neglect the needs of the Cancer moon. And so I just wanted to see if I wanted to see if you were talking to me. So what I would say is, remember, I was talking about have fun. Like, this is a time to put lots of fun into your life. Like, reclaim your childhood. I think the inner child in you has been so wounded, and I don't want you to live from your wounds. Come work with me, either in Barcelona or in Seattle. It will change your life. I mean, I think it's like high-speed therapy. But with that wounded child, Chiron in the 5th house, that like hurts my heart. And you're so smart. My God, you are so smart. You have a high emotional IQ or EQ and a high IQ. And you might not know it. You know, you literally might not know how brilliant you are. I hope you do know, but you might not know because you have the Pisces and Mercury. And so I feel my Cancer moon more than my Aquarius sun. And that might be because you have Jupiter in Pisces and you have Mercury in Pisces as well. So, and you have a water trine. Do you see that? So you have this whole water trine and you don't have much air in your chart. So I'm not that surprised. But with this placement, this is an opportunity to find love. Do you have love in your life? This is an opportunity to fall in love. This is an opportunity to date. This is an opportunity. I would gamble. I mean, I don't promote gambling, but like we go to the horse track for Father's Day every year. I would bet on a horse and have fun and play. I mean, I only bet $2, but like playful games, the games of life, and play like you were a child again, and also get really, really creative. Oh, I would love for you to come. You would fall in love with Barcelona, and this maybe you manifest that on this new moon. Like, thank you, God, for providing me with the resources that I need to go play and have fun on the sunset sailboat and the flamenco show and learn astrology, and find my inner child there. It's very childlike fun. And maybe you manifest that, because this is also about knowledge too, right? Because it's Gemini. All these Aquarius Cancers in the chat. Leah is on top of it. Thank you. What I want you to really think about with yourself right now with this new moon, and it's going to last a year, okay? Because it's not going to be there for a whole nother year, is to manifest building a life with this new moon that you are madly, passionately in love with. Absolutely in love with it. Like, if it's not fun and makes you laugh or feel good, or if it's not enjoyable, and I know there's so many things that we have to do that are not enjoyable, but I'm just saying, if a part of your everyday needs to be profoundly fun, are you doing that? I will work on that. I have a feeling you're not having as much fun as you want to, or as much fun that is actually available to you, and you might not know it because you might be so bogged down with so much responsibility and the heavy weight of that Cancer moon. That's emotional responsibility. There's emotional responsibility in this chart. And so trying to shed some of the responsibility and changing it out for fun. This is the year. This only happens once every 30 years where you are having a nodal axis return. And Stephanie, my dear friend, my sweet friend, my supporter, you got to go watch all my videos on the nodes. And you probably should buy my nodes masterclass, just to be honest, because you're not going to have this aspect. You're in a destiny year, you're in a fate year, and you are getting the beans. The beans. They're not seeds. They're beans. They're the magical Jack and the Beanstalk beans. And you are growing your beanstalk this year. And this year is a year of fate and destiny. And what you do this year, this goes all the way until next June. What you do right now is going to plant the beanstalk that you're going to live in for the next 30 years. I just had this. I just had my nodal access return. And I mean, my whole life changed. So when I had my nodal access return, you know what I created? That I want to share this with you so you can see the profundity of it. I created teaching around the world. I created standing in the archetype of the teacher and teaching students. And I just had 55 of them come to Seattle, and now we're going to go to Barcelona. And then that's only 35. But it is the most rewarding. It is the most deeply enriching, inspiring, transformative, profound. I don't even have words for it work. And I love this too. I love YouTube and talking with you all around the world. I love this. I mean, it's not even work, right? But when it's in person like that, it transcends the room. It's cosmic. It's literally like living in between the stars and the planets. I could cry. It's very, very powerful. So I created that in my nodal access. Now, I didn't even know I was doing that. I was just like, I don't know, drinking wine, talking to my husband, saying, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we did a retreat? Yeah, maybe. I didn't realize I was planting a magic bean. And I'm telling you, those beans are magical. So bigger than the new moon, although you can use the new moon to create this joyfulness, this creativity, this playfulness, this falling in love with your life. It's a part of it. It's definitely a part of it. But that nodal access return is so precisely happening right now that I can see this is one of the most powerful years of your life. And it's really, really got me inspired for you. And I'm super excited. I wish I were having fun. I'm a people pleaser, and I try to make everyone else as happy while I'm in the background. I don't get to have much fun. I want you to be in the front ground. That's the foreground. And I want you to do what, and Shane Sweet, sending you so much love. Hang out with us. You cannot not have fun with us. Where do I find the node masterclass? New moon is on my north node. You go to the shop Soul Navigation and do astrology charts and reports, and it's right there. Or you can go to classes and it's right there. Shop Soul Navigation. So that's this right here. I want you, though, to really, so you know when I told you that story where I put tranquility and I stopped multitasking, it changed my whole entire life. I mean, it was very, very, very profound. It sounds so small. It sounds almost silly to even talk about. It readjusted, recalibrated me. And it makes me really cherish my moments, my life. It makes me cherish my life. Well, with you, I want you to put into your agenda one new fun thing to do a day. So you're going to have to start doing wall Pilates. No, I'm joking. Zumba. You love to dance. Go get yourself a paint set at Michael's craft store today, right? Go build a little flower garden to do. Whatever makes you have fun. Binge astrology and get your gorgeous natal chart and start marking it up. I really love the people who came to the class with their chart laminated so they could write on it with dry erase marker. Yeah, I love that. I want to tell you another way to start having fun, okay? This one's super easy. Just smile. A smile is literally worth 1,000 words. Just smile at the person standing next to you in line. It's really weird. It opens up hearts and it invites friendliness, kindness, compassion, empathy, and it's fun. The second thing is this is actually inviting you to develop a sense of humor. Because Gemini is funny and it's in the 5th house, it becomes hilarious. So I want you to go to comedy shows. I don't know if you have this in Alabama, if you're still living there. I don't know if you're still living in Alabama. But there's this improv comedy show. God, it is so fun. I might take my students next year to this when they come to Seattle. Oh my God, it's so fun. It's called Comedy Sports. And they have one in almost every state. And it's just people learning improv, and they get up there and they play these games, and it's interactive with the audience, like it's side-splitting funny. So finding the fun and the funny and the sense of humor, like really, like I want you to, like have a stomach ache because you laugh so hard. So find things and people in your life that can make you laugh and giggle. Leah, yeah, we should totally do that next year. I want to. And where's Shauna? Why isn't she on this chat? I love the two of you. And you guys know how to laugh. If you think about it, you and Shauna were giant, like, laughter. You were like the laughter pocket. Yes, we're going to have all that fun. Okay, you guys. Well, this was wonderful getting to do your chart stuff. You have a really big, juicy chart. And I think the people that are having these giant transits really deserve those readings. But do watch this again, and also look for my next progressions video. It'll be coming out soon. If you have the little bell rung, I always tell you what the next video is going to be, but it is so good. It's your progressed sun sign. And you can buy the Astro Gold package if you want in my shop to help you with the progressed chart. I don't recommend you do that if you're brand new. If you're brand new at astrology, you have to get the starter package. The starter package is your gorgeous natal chart and the report that goes with it. But if you guys are experienced, then you could get the progressed Astro Gold package. The laughter pocket, yeah. Leah and Shauna were the laughter pocket. Oh, she was in here? I didn't see her. You're so welcome, Stephanie. I'm sending you the biggest hug. Armando, I'm giving you a hug too. I can't wait to meet you guys in person. And Mohammed is going to go do sound therapy. It's going to be fabulous. All right. Well, this was such a joy. And you guys take good care. I'll see you soon. And look for your members only videos. And I'll see you at my Playful Progressions party. Get your ticket. You have to have your ticket. Bye. I'll see you later. Mwah. Big hugs. Here's Bo. Bo. Bo.